Alright, this is XB here, and we are doing our first video, and it will be on the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And we're doing a season prediction on their schedule. We're going to look at their schedule, and then we're going to pick a game by game, what they going to win and what they going to lose. So, first game, they got Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic, they lost Lane Kiffin. If they had him, different game. But you get the win, 1-0. Alright, week 2.
Tennessee Tech.
Got Tennessee Tech. That's lower classification school. You get the win. There's no way they should play with you. 2-0.
Yeah. And then they go. They're at home against Iowa.
At home against Iowa. Think about that. You was on a roll last year. And then when you played Iowa. First of all, nobody thought, if you'd asked somebody at the beginning of the year last year, nobody would have thought that if somebody said, hey, do you think Penn State, or who do you think is going to win the Penn State-Minnesota game? 100% of people would have said Penn State.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay,
you won that game, and then you went on the road and lost to Iowa last year. I think they come to Minnesota, and they do the same thing to you again. You lose. That's your first loss. You're 2-1.
Okay. All right, they're at home against BYU.
Home against BYU. Yeah. You're just like Notre Dame. You're in independent conference. I'm not going to say you're scared to join the conference.
Yeah, even though they could be a Mountain West team.
Right. Well, we'll get off the topic here. I don't want to get started about Notre Dame, but, you get the win. Let's go.
Okay. What about on the road against Maryland?
On the road against Maryland. They got Tua's little brother, which I don't think he'll start. He might play.
Yeah.
He might play a couple of non-con games, just depends. But I think you get the win there. You're sitting at
3-1. Yeah.
You're sitting at 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Jackson had an okay year last year.
Yeah.
The odds that, the head coach. Granted, he was an assistant at Alabama. He didn't know Tua's brother, but I don't see him and his little brother starting there immediately.
No.
On the road at Wisconsin.
On the road at Wisconsin. Lost Jonathan Taylor. That's your biggest threat. You lost him. Yeah, you got 2 running backs there. And yeah, everybody says you lost Jonathan Taylor, yada, yada, yada. Can you replace him? No, I don't think you can. No. But I do think those 2 running backs will combine for what he did by himself.
Yeah.
But I do think you lose. You lose. You lose.
Yeah, that's a tough one, especially because you don't really know what Wisconsin's going to look like this year. And Minnesota's a little weaker, but they have the same roster, kind of.
Yeah, I mean that's a coin flip. But last year's game, that was disappointing. I figured you could actually win, but you lost. But the point is,
but it was largely in part to Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
So it's kind of like you just never know. We'll see we'll kind of see what it is when it gets here. But as of right now, yeah, I would definitely agree that it's Wisconsin.
Yeah, you're at what, 5-1?
Yeah. Okay, now they're at home against Michigan.
Okay, Michigan. Jim Harbaugh. I don't hate Michigan, but I'm not a fan. The thing about Michigan is you got Jim Harbaugh for how many years now?
Like 6.
6. Okay, you go 10-3, 10-2, whatever. Yeah, you can't go 10-3. You can go 9-3, but 10-2. 8-4, whatever, yada yada yada.
It's the hump of Ohio State.
Right. If you cannot beat. Okay, this is one thing about Jim Harbaugh. You can't beat Ohio State, you're not gonna get nowhere.
No.
But you ain't beat Minnesota. That's off the track. You're not beating Minnesota. But I will say something about Michigan. If you don't beat Ohio State this year, I think this is his last year. I think a lot of fans is gonna be upset.
Yeah.
If you don't beat Ohio State.
They're tired. Yeah, they're tired of getting
losing.
beat every
That's
year.
the biggest game of your year, and you've lost ever since he's been there.
Yeah, every Michigan fan from here on. Imagine a Michigan fan being like, being born into this. He's just getting bullied by Ohio State fans. Take it from an Ohio State fan. I'd say that's really rough to lose like that over and over and over. But we'll see how Jim Harbaugh does, and if he doesn't pick it up this year and beat Ohio State, he's going to be gone. He's not going to stay. The Michigan's alumni won't let him.
No, but you do beat Michigan. Minnesota, you do beat Michigan.
Okay. Minnesota on the road, Illinois.
Minnesota's on the road to Illinois. So, think about Illinois, yeah, they got Santa Claus, Black Santa Claus, everybody likes him, woo woo. But, you know, you beat Wisconsin last year by what, a field goal at the end of the game?
Yeah.
And that was luck.
Yeah.
L-U-C-K, all caps, luck. Yeah, you beat Minnesota, you beat Illinois. That's no trouble. That was just luck.
All right. On the road, Michigan State.
All right. They got that one coach from Colorado.
Got the Colorado coach, and really, I mean, he was a great coach at Colorado. Flipped their whole organization around for the first time since like the national championship days, like back in like the 80s and the 90s. And now he's looking to turn the whole program around and make something really big of it. But the problem is with that, you can't do it 1 year, especially when you ain't even recruited anybody yet.
Right.
So he's working with Mark D'Antoni recruits, and that's not really going to work for him, I don't think. Not unless he just knows how to control these guys and make them really good, which I don't think is going to happen the first year. So.
Yeah, you just give Michigan State a couple of years.
Yeah.
But you get to win on the road at Michigan State. You're sitting at...
it looks like 6-1.
6-1. Okay.
Okay. At home, Purdue.
At home, Purdue. They bring back their best wide receiver in
Rondell Moore.
Rondell Moore. There you go. You threw for gazillion yards last year, and you didn't even have him. But you're not. You will beat Minnesota, or you will beat Purdue. Beat Purdue. You're sitting at.
They're okay.
7-2.
Yeah.
You lose to Iowa, you lose to Wisconsin. 7-2 right now.
All right, so they're at home against Northwestern.
Northwestern.
You don't really know what they're doing. They're trying to fix whatever's going on there. So turmoil kind of deal.
There you go.
Okay, this is their biggest game of the year, I think, in my opinion. On the road, Nebraska.
Okay. In these videos right here, I will try to pick one upset, possibly two, because there's teams. Like, let's say, for example, Ohio State. They play, let's say, for a random, they play Oregon this year. Everybody thinks they're going to lose. Or they're going to win. And say Oregon beats them. Well, that ain't very good. Because I don't know if that would be an upset or not, but, okay, better example. Oregon, North Dakota State. Oregon loses to North Dakota State. That's an upset. You expect Oregon to win. Alright, and then they lose. You expect the game Oregon to win, and they lose to Arizona State. That's what I'm trying to get to with Minnesota. You go on the road to Nebraska. I think you get L. You're sitting at 7-3. Yeah, you ain't beating Nebraska. I just don't. No.
You don't think so?
No.
All right. So you say 9-3 is what they finish?
9-3.
Okay. So do you think they're going to make a Big Ten title run or not?
There's nobody really in your side
Other than Wisconsin.
You beat Wisconsin, yeah, you will. But I got you losing to Wisconsin, so no, I don't think.
Just depends on how Wisconsin's schedule goes down.
Jonathan Taylor, I'm not saying there's not a chance you can beat them, because there is. But you just. All right, let's just say, for example, you beat Wisconsin, you go to the Big Ten title game. You lose to Wisconsin, you don't. But if you do beat Wisconsin, you will be playing Ohio State or Penn State. On that side, it's Ohio State, Penn State. The winner of that game probably goes on, not unless one of them has a bad year and not expected, But do I think you got a shot at the Big Ten title? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But you got to beat Wisconsin. Got to beat Wisconsin. If you don't beat Wisconsin, then there's no chance. So, got you at 9-3. That's one. You went 10-2 last year. You're losing. You're going down one step, but it's not a big step. I think you.
And keep in mind, there's still new recruits coming in.
Right. So yeah, say you do go 9-3, and you do beat Wisconsin. That would make you 10-2. You go to the Big Ten title game, you win. You're probably going to be in a good. I'm not going to say you're not going.
Well, it's automatic Rose Bowl.
Yeah, it'll be automatic Rose Bowl. You're not going to make the. You're not going to make a playoffs, but that's the New Year's Six Bowl. So there's a step you can go. There's a step farther you can go. There's a step down you can go. But I think you're taking that step down and you're going 9-3. That's what I got you. 9-3.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.